Hello YouTube, hello Guild Wars 2 gamers, Mukluk here, and today is Tuesday, August 19th, and we've got some Guild Wars 2 news that we need to go over. Very important stuff. So I'm just pull this stuff over here to my other monitor. Alright, so first off, we have got patch notes. We're going to talk about the Guild Wars 2 beta for the upcoming Elite specs that's coming out and how to be involved if you want to be involved in that. Guild Wars 2 Drops are coming back. I'm going to talk about that. There's a free Blackline key in the gem store. I mean, don't really need to talk about it because I just told you. Blackline chests have got some new stuff, and I have a birthday stream coming up, and I'm going to talk about that as well. I guess I could talk about the Seattle thing too. Okay, so going through it in order, let's start with the patch notes. August 19th release notes. Note to users of third-party programs, they might have broken. Your add-ons might break just like every patch. Visions of Eternity Elite Specialization Beta Event. The Elite Specialization Beta Event begins on Wednesday. It runs from August 20th at 9 a.m. Pacific Time until August 27th at 10 p.m. Pacific Time. Every Guild Wars 2 account in good standing, including play for free accounts, will automatically get character slots marked beta when the beta event begins. Clicking on one of these slots allows you to create a character using any of the Guild Wars 2 professions. I will talk more about how that works once I finish going through the patch notes. General. All missing English language voiceover in Janthier Wilds has been added. Oh my god, where's my button? Yes! Praise be. It has been a long-standing issue for most people that have played through the story know there were parts where Jenna wasn't talking, there were parts where Anise wasn't talking. I think female Char and female Servari, main characters, were for a long time not talking. It's good. I think it was 99% because of the voice actor strike. I'm glad they finally got this stuff recorded and added it. The full list of affected characters and content can be found here, and there is a link. There is a link. No more Muck Anise. You don't want me voicing Anise anymore. It sounded like Marge Simpson. Fixed a client crash that occurred when the World v World objective claiming UI was open while the objective was claimed or unclaimed. Per day purchase limit pop-ups now persist between game sessions after confirming that they should not be shown again. The per day limit will not ask you again that day, and the per week limit will not ask you again that week. I haven't seen that issue, so I can't really say anything on that. Fixed an issue that caused interactable icon areas on the compass to be offset when reward progress was pinned. Conjured doorways can now be summoned in the following lounges: Armistice Bastion, Mistlock Sanctuary, Noble's Folly, and Thousand Seas Pavilion. The conjured doorway in these lounges will only be visible to the doorway's owner and members of the party. Hold on a second. Oh, baby. That's so great. So this is Mistlock Sanctuary. I consider this place my home. I am here very often. And anytime I wanted to go to my homestead to get that sweet, sweet money that's just sitting on the ground and I have to pick it up, I would have to zone from Mistlock to somewhere else like Lion's Arch, and then from there to the homestead. So it gave me an additional loading screen. So I am happy to see that they have changed that. I think any of us that enjoy any of these zones and like hanging out here are going to rejoice in this change. Open World. General. Fixed an issue that occasionally prevented players from using spears when the Coden Spear Training Mastery was complete. If the mastery has been trained but the achievement is not unlocked, visiting Lowland Shore will unlock the achievement. Okay, so if you had that bug, go visit Lowland Shore and see if that fixes it for you. Items. The contents of the Guaranteed Wardrobe Unlock, Armor Unlock, and Weapon Unlock have been updated. Wizard's Portal Tome. The option to travel to the Crown Pavilion no longer requires players to be in the Labyrinthian Cliffs. Wizard's Portal Tome fixed an issue that caused players to travel to a new instance of the Labyrinthian Cliffs while already in the map. And fixed an issue that caused players to teleport to the wrong location when traveling to the Egg Chamber in Tarir. Alright. I do have the Wizard's Portal Tome, but I had not tried using it to go to the Labyrinthian Cliffs or the Egg Chamber, so I hadn't seen those issues. Glad that they're fixed. World v World fixed an issue that prevented the Looking for Group tool from working with world restructuring. Fixed an issue that caused Dredge mercenaries in Eternal Battlegrounds to teleport back to the start location if distracted while running to a camp. Removed map markers from Trebuchets to remove clutter from the map and keep siege equipment consistent. Updated the ability sort order so that similar abilities are now grouped together. Updated War Score to be visually consistent across more UI elements. Moved the Obsidian Sanctum's map label so it does not overlap with the Eternal Battleground objectives. And currencies provided by skirmish reward boxes will now be automatically consumed on purchase. Crow Tiger says, WTF patch is not today. Crow Tiger, there was a patch just a half an hour ago, and we're reading the notes right now. If you are referring to the beta, no, it is the tomorrow, and they have announced it was starting on the 20th from the very beginning. Profession skills. General. The responsiveness of player-controlled allies such as Ranger Pets and Mechanist Jade Mechs has been improved. Player-initiated pet abilities will now interrupt pet-initiated pet abilities and be cast immediately. They added that multiple expansions ago. Was that not working with some? Player-initiated pet abilities cannot be interrupted by other player-initiated pet abilities. Both player-initiated and pet-initiated... Wait, what? Player-initiated pet abilities cannot be interrupted by player-initiated pet abilities. What? Both player-initiated and pet-initiated pet abilities can still be interrupted via the return to me command. Okay. So I guess, like... Okay, hold on a second. So if I do... What's something with a cast time? Give me a sec. All right. Siege Turtle has very long animations. So if I do... Okay, so I hit F3, F2, F1. F2 is instant. So it started casting F3. F2 is instant. F1 couldn't cast because it has a cast bar, and F3 was still casting. So if you slam all the keys, the first one that has a cast bar, it will focus on that until it's done. Unless, let's try, if I do F3 and then say, come back to me, it interrupts F3, and F3 went on a 3-second cooldown. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, good to know. I can work around that. Both player-initiated and pet-initiated pet abilities can be interrupted with return to. Okay. Relic of Mist Burn. Reduce the additional crit chance from 10% to 5% in World v World and PvP. Did this patch break Arc DPS? Mine seems to be fine, but that's not a guarantee that it's going to be fine for everybody. So I'm okay. Elementalist, Stoneheart. Reduce the duration on entering from 4 seconds to 2.5 seconds in PvP only. Mesmer, Bountiful Disillusionment. This trait now grants regeneration instead of stability with Profession Skill 4, and stability instead of resistance with Profession Skill 5. All right. Mirage. Imaginary Axes reduce the player torment duration from 6 seconds to 3.5 seconds and increased the clone torment duration from 3.5 seconds to 6 seconds in PvE only. Nomad's Endurance. Reduce the strike damage bonus from 10% to 5% in PvP only. Phantom Pain. Reduce the strike damage bonus per stack from 3% to 2.5% in PvP. Dune Cloak. Reduce shatter recharge duration from 2 seconds to 1 second in PvE, and from 1.5 seconds to 0.5 seconds in PvP only. Increase the required clones from 2 to 3 in PvE only. Interesting. That will be noticeable. All right. Necromancer. Mark of Blood. Reduced regeneration duration from 6 seconds to 4 in PvP. Lesser Mark of Blood. Reduce the regen duration from 5 seconds to 3 in PvP. Transfusion. This trait now creates lesser Chillblains instead of full strength Chillblains. Reduced the protection applied by Chillblains from 3 seconds to 2. Reduced the number of conditions removed by Putrid Mark from 3 to 2, and lowered the stability applied by Reaper's Mark from 3 stacks for 4 seconds to 1 stack for 3 seconds in PvP only, which is still quite good, but not nearly as insane as it was. Lesser Chillblains reduce the power coefficient from 0.55 to 0.25, reduce the chill duration from 4 seconds to 2, reduce poison duration from 8 seconds to 4, reduce base healing from 822 to 662, and reduce healing power scaling from 0.5 to 0.3. So, I noticed this during the push beta. I have been not doing a lot of PvP lately. You can see right here, I did a whole bunch on August 5th, trying out the push beta prototype. And in every single game, I think there was 2 Necros on my team and 2 Necros on the enemy team. Like, it was very much it felt like it was like the flavor of the day or the flavor of the month. Like, there was a lot of necros, and not all of them, but almost all of those necros were like Staff Scourge. It is really, really good. So just based on what I saw on that day, I'm not really surprised by this, because it did seem to be like really freaking strong. Okay, Scourge specifically. Sand Cascade increased cooldown from 12 to 18 seconds in PvP. Garish Pillar increased the cooldown from 20 seconds to 30 in PvP. Sandstorm Shroud increased the cooldown from 30 to 35 in PvP only. The skill no longer applies prot in PvP. Ranger. Long Range Shot increase minimum power coefficient from 1.1 to 1.33 and max power coefficient from 1.25 to 1.5 in PvE only. All right, so we're talking about longbow right now. Rapid Fire, reduce the cooldown from 10 seconds to 8 and increase power coefficient per hit from 0.45 to 0.6 in PvE. So, TLDR, Ranger, Longbow, a little bit more damage in PvE. Revenant, Roiling Mist, reduce the crit strike damage healing from 10% to 5% in PvP. Herald, Chaotic Release, increase the cooldown from 35 seconds to 45 in PvP. True Nature Dragon, reduced number of conditions removed from 3 to 2 in PvP. Elevated Compassion, fixed an issue that could cause this trait to activate while below the upkeep threshold. Renegade, Ice Razor's Ire, reduced power coefficient per hit from 0.8 to 0.67 in PvP only. Soulcleave Summit, reduced the healing from using another legendary Renegade skill from 1400 to 1100 in PvP. All for One, reduce the protection duration from 3 seconds to 2 in PvP. Vindication, reduce the healing from outgoing damage per stack from 2% to 1% in PvP only. And Warrior, Blade Sworn, overcharged cartridges, reduced the supercharged cartridge damage bonus from 25% to 20 in PvE, and Lush Forest, reduce the cooldown reduction from 1 second to 0.75 seconds in PvE only. They cannot leave Lush Forest alone. Lush Forest is such a fun skill, but it is apparently so hard for them to balance. They cannot leave that alone. Public API, Revenant Legends now have correct names in character build data. All right. So, that is today's patch notes. These are live right now, like I showed the Homestead door and Mistlock. These are what went live today. So let's go on to the next topic. The beta. Visions of Eternity Elite Spec Beta. So I'm just going to take this from the top because there's always some people that have never experienced this. Here's how this works. When the beta begins, you will, there'll be a little patch, you log in, and you will have some new character slots over here, okay? And they will say beta on them. Whatever characters you make there, anything they loot, you don't get to keep. All right, I want to be crystal clear on that. When you play these characters, it is for testing and for fun, the forbidden F word. You don't get to keep anything. So if you have some really rare drop while on that character, it won't be, when you go to your other characters, it won't be there, okay? Like, if you log on that character and you loot a Chalk Infusion, you put it in the bank, and then you go to this guy, he won't see it in the bank. It will not be there, all right? So, that cleared the air on that. With those character slots, if you make a beta character, so like, let's say you make a Ranger, it will become, it will have a pre-generated build for a Gale Shot. If you make a Necromancer, it will have a pre-generated build for a Ritualist. If you make a Warrior, it'll be a Paragon, right? It will already have a build. It might not be great, but it'll have a build. And the third specialization will be the new thing. And it will have a set of moderate gear. I don't know how good it's going to be, but it'll have a set of gear and maybe a box of runes or something, okay? When you make this character, the whole point is to try it out, see if you like it, and complain on the forums if something is wrong or if it's too good or too bad or whatever. And let's talk about the bank. The moment the beta starts, it'll take a snapshot of your bank, and it will be, let's just call it a beta bank, all right? So if I've got 100 gold in my bank, and then my beta bank has 100 gold, and then on my beta bank, I spend all of that money ecto gambling or something, and then I go back to my normal bank, it will still have that 100 gold. Like, it's not affected, okay? the beta characters cannot trade with other people. So all of the stuff they get is basically just like in its own pocket dimension, all right? Now, that means if you have like one really good set of gear that's not legendary, because that's in the armory. If you've got like ascended gear or something you want to make sure that you have available to use on your beta characters, it can be good to put those things in your bank the day before the beta starts. That way, when the snapshot of your bank is taken, it will have all of those items you really care about, and you can use them on all your beta characters. Now, if you don't do this, it's fine. The beta characters will probably have like a set of celestial gear. They'll have like one of every weapon type, and so they'll have the things needed to get by. But if you want to min-max, that's typically how you do it during these beta events. And once again, the beta is going from, hold on, we have the dates here. Let's pull this back up. Tomorrow, August 20th, that's Wednesday, until August 27th, which is the following Wednesday. So from Wednesday to Wednesday, you can play the beta characters. You will see them in any game mode. So if there's something like, I don't know, if Paragon is stupid OP, you might be like, oh, well, this is a bad week to PvP. I'm getting killed by Paragons constantly, or something like that. You can do raids where half your raid is on beta characters and half of them are on normal. The beta characters won't get to keep the loot, but you guys can all do that together to try things out and see what it's like. So hopefully I've been crystal clear about how that works. Moving on to the next thing. Drops are coming back. Now, for people who were there for the last set of drops, this isn't going to be that exciting. It's the same ones. Essentially what they did, and this is still better than nothing, because they just did drops recently. On July 15th, they did drops. And they usually don't do them twice this close together. But they had a lot of people going, oh, I missed this, wow, wow, wow. And they're like, you know what? We'll just hit restart. We'll just do the same thing again. They didn't have to really do much to just restart the campaign. So they're doing the same drops again, starting tomorrow on Wednesday and going until August 24th, which is Sunday. So from Wednesday to Sunday night, you can get the Inventor's Sunglasses skin, the Hiss emote for your entire account, and the Ritualist outfit. And the Ritualist outfit is pretty good. The Ritualist outfit hails from Guild Wars 1. I can show you what it looks like on an Asura, which is, of course, the worst way to show things off. Let me see. Outfits, and... oh, I've already got it there. There we go. So... that's it. That's what it looks like on Asura. You get tattoos, you get some creepy marks on your mouth, you get the beads, the blindfold, all that stuff like that. But that is the Ritualist outfit from the first Guild Wars game. And if you're pretty hyped to play the Ritualist in Guild Wars 2, you can get the fashion to go along with it. So it's there if you want it. So that is starting as well. So drops and the beta are starting at the same time. If you want to get the drops, you just connect your Twitch account to your Guild Wars 2 account, and then you open up any Twitch stream and you just leave it running and you'll earn the drops. You can hang out with me or any other streamer and ask questions or just chat, hang out with the community, or full disclosure, you could just open the stream and walk away. I was streaming constantly during the last event, so I got my drops by, leaving Iron Maiden's stream open right before I went to sleep because I, was crashing, and I had all of them done the next morning. So that's an option as well. Hopefully that explains how the drops go if you're interested in that. Next thing, free Black Lion key. I mean, there's really not much to be said. If you look in-game right now, there is a free Black Lion key in the gem store. Always keep in mind, if you are someone that has multiple accounts in your household, you can use the gift option to send the free key to another person if you wish to, rather than claim it on your own account. But whatever the case, there's a free key there. Do what you want with it. And while we're in the gem store, there is also something else here. Hold on. Let me go. Peaceful Rainbows Homestead Sky. So if you want to get this, if you want to have your home look like you have Care Bears there, it is an option though. You can get Peaceful Rainbows. Also, props to them for finally having videos in their gem store. This was such a good change. And then recently, this was not today, this was a couple days ago, they added Prospector's Gathering Tools, which a lot of people are saying is because of the Antiquary, and they're all Scrit and Dynamite themed. So if you are interested in those are there as well. Okay, next thing, Black Lion Chest. Let's go in here, Black Lion Chest, and there is a new item in here that we spotted today, and it is the Haunted Anchor Axe. And not gonna lie, it looks pretty good. It reminds me of Nautilus from League of Legends. So that's it right there. And it's got the chain dangles That's it. I really like it. It looks pretty good. Maybe use this with a pirate outfit. And if you're a ranger, you can throw anchors at people. Wonderful. But yeah, that is it right there. I think this is a pretty sweet effect. But that is a new skin in the chest. Everything else in here it was already in the game as pre-existing. I also checked the Blackline ticket merchant. There was nothing new on the ticket merchant today. Next announcement, birthday stream. For those interested, let me go down here. August 23rd, that's a thumbnail, don't look at that. August 23rd, this Saturday, is my birthday. And it is a great excuse to do a big stream. I do love excuses to do big streams, and this Saturday is no different. So this Saturday, clearly it's the reason they brought Drops back. It's because of my birthday, so Drops will be active. I will be streaming the entire day, 12 to 14 hours, and doing lots of giveaways. We have got a lot of gem codes sponsored by ArenaNet. I have to say that or they break my kneecaps, that I am going to be giving away that day. Additionally, we've got a few big ticket items. Note this row right here, one of which is a chalk infusion worth, I think, near 9,000 gold right now. We have got a chalk infusion to give to one lucky winner that is there. Yeah, it's 8,700 right now. We've got a crystal infusion as well. It's currently worth 500 gold. We've got a Winter's Heart infusion. We got some cool freaking stuff. Hopefully put some smiles on faces. Really quick for anyone who hasn't seen these things, this is the Crystal Heart infusion. It makes your character's skin look like albino with like blue eyes. And if you get the crystal infusion, you look like you were made by Kraukatoric. And it's just like a change to your character for as long as you want it, and then you can still sell it later on. If you equip it, you can still unequip it and trade it, and the game is totally fine with that. But yeah, we got some big ticket prizes. We got a lot of gem codes. We're going to be hanging out, just partying all day Saturday. You're all invited if you wish to hang out with me on that day. Next thing is Seattle. This is just a personal thing I'm sharing just because I'm really hype about it. For those that do not know, every year in Seattle, they do a Guild Wars 2 community meetup. I live in Georgia, which for those of you who are not American, let's just say it's at the other end of the country. I've never been to this thing because it's an expensive trip. I saved up my ramen money, and I am going to be going to this one. I might never be able to afford this again, but I'm going to be at this one. So if any of you happen to be at the Guild Wars 2 community meetup, which is on, was it August 29th? I believe it, yeah, Friday, August 29th. So this day right here, I'll be there. And I would love to shake your hand like you're the emperor in Mulan. You know, when the guy was just like, I'm gonna do that with everybody that lets me do it. So I will be there. I'm gonna have the plushie on my shoulder if possible, so that people can spot me. Just gonna hang out with the community. I've never gotten to do anything like this before, and honestly, I'm super hyped about it. The next day on Saturday, I will be at PAX West. If you see me, feel free to say hi. I would love to meet you all. And it'll be my first con, so I'm going to be wandered around just starstruck. I don't know what I'm going to be doing there. I've never been to a con before. So I'm going to PAX West because it's pretty much like across the street from the community event, and it's just the very next day. So I'm hitting both of those. Which one was the albino infusion? Winter's Heart was that one. Winter's Heart. But yeah, so I think that's everything. I'll double check my notes here. Patch notes, beta, drops, free key, Blackline chest, birthday stream, Seattle. Yeah, that's everything. The stream streak is ending? No. I'm going to try to do the stream streak. Yeah, we have streamed every single day for 7 years without missing a day. We're at 2,643 days. Now, the days I'm in Seattle, I will try to do a quick, like, real-life stream from my phone from, like, the hotel room, just talk about how the trip's going. Just, you know, keep the streak going as an excuse. But yeah, I mean, there's a chance. If the Wi-Fi is terrible, the streak could end. We'll see. Hopefully not. But I will be trying to do, like, a short RL stream there just to keep the streak going. But yeah, that's all the news for today. If you got any questions, problems, thoughts, concerns, anything I missed, put it in the comment section down below. I will fight you there.